Welcome back to Fold in the Cheese. It's your boy K-Troll on the mic today, and I'm a little bit calmer from last time, so that's a good thing. But I'm joined today to preview Week 17 by the Dumbledore to my Hagrid.
Minister of Magic.
Bad business, Hagrid, very bad business. Had to come. 3 attacks on Muggle-borns. Things have gone far enough. The Ministry's got to act.
But I never. No, you know I'm never Professor.
I want it understood, Cornelius, that Hagrid has my full confidence.
It's Ethan Gelfand. What is happening? Those are 2 Harry Potter names that I know.
Yeah,
so
that's
boom.
probably just gibbledygook for you. This is probably gibberish, but it is always interesting when you're choosing who we are. Like we always talk off air, like what movie we're going to do, what show, but I never know which ones you're going to do. Most of the times it's pretty obvious. There's like a dynamic duo in that choosing, but with this one, I'm like, I don't know. 1, he doesn't know it. 2, who knows? So interesting pairing. I like it. So Hagrid, Dumbledore, perfect.
I've seen like 5 of the movies. I think I saw a bunch of them.
There are 8, so you're 63% there. Well done.
That's about right. Yeah. That's about right. So
yeah. Well done. I can't wait to see what questions you come up with. I'm sure you dove deep into the dark web of Google and trivia and all that. So.
Yep. I clicked on the first link that had Harry Potter trivia and found I was just going to do the first 5 questions, but I skipped a few that were like, "What's Harry's last name?" Like Potter. Got it.
Well, I've told you this before, so it's fun because so I'd read them all on my own when I was younger, especially when I was relatively old. It was actually in college age when I worked at the Boston College Library. My boss was the best, Patrick Beer. Shout out if you're ever listening. But so I had a lot of free time. And so I just randomly picked it up. I'd never read them before. I said, what the heck? And just breezed through them. So it was really fun. And I really enjoyed them. So then when Addison was born, I started reading her the first couple Harry Potters when she was like 3. And just because like, you know what? Like this kid loves being read to. These are great stories. Let's see what happens. So, when she was 3, I read her the first 2. Took a year break just because, after the first 2, they kind of start getting a little darker. So then like when she was 4, I read her the 3rd one and then kind of like just spaced them out from there. So we read them all together. Yeah. She absolutely loved them. But now what's cool is she's at the age where she is now reading them by herself. So it's kind of fun to talk to her about it. And it's like, oh, where are you at? And she's like, oh, but, and both of my kids do this. I don't know if your kids do this, whether it be books or TV shows or movies. Everything they've watched, I've seen, except for if it's like new kids movies coming out. So they're always like, oh, well, what's going to happen with so-and-so? I'm like, I don't know. They always just want me to spoil everything.
They want you to tell them.
Yeah. And I'm like, what is the point of this? He's like, and Bray just goes, no, Dad, I love spoilers. I love them.
I love spoilers.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So she's reading them, and granted, the first couple books, she was really young. So she actually probably doesn't remember a lot of them because she was super young. But she always asks, like, well, is this guy bad? Or why did so-and-so do X? I'm like, I'm going to say one thing, and that is, you'll find out.
Yeah.
You will find
out.
One
time for all the questions you're going to give me throughout this movie.
Yeah.
I want to backtrack. I love the fact that you're like, the 3rd movie and the 3rd book gets a little more graphic. So I took a year off because that year between age 3 and 4, a lot of
Big
hard
difference.
street smarts learned during that time. School hard knocks. I mean, that's when you go from being an innocent youth to a mature, corrupted youth.
Exactly. That's when, you're playing inside with us, but age 3 to 4, you're just outside with rocks and sticks, no supervision. Come in when it gets dark. That's what it is.
Cursing people, putting spells on people, learning the mystical art of voodoo, all the good things.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, that's really exciting. I've not read any of the Harry Potter books. I've seen several of the movies that I said, and my son is too scared to watch them because he's afraid there's something, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think he's afraid that it's got magic and dark magic and he doesn't want that, or I don't know what it is.
But real quick about too afraid for something. My parents got my son, got Brady, the deluxe version of the Jumanji board game. So it looks legit. It looks like the one from the original movie. I'm like, oh, damn. But so we just opened it last night and for the first time. And so the kid's like, oh, let's play it. And I'm, up here on the computer and they're setting it up downstairs. And then all of a sudden Brady kind of sheepishly comes up here into the office like, I don't want to play it. I'm like, what? He's like, it says once you start, you have to finish. And I don't want to get sucked into the game. I'm like,
I'm afraid elephants are going to come stomping through the house. I'm genuinely afeared. I'm genuinely afraid.
So
that's hilarious.
We did not play it last night.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
At least the man knows what he wants.
True.
All right, so we've got some weird news to get to around the league here in the NFL. It's going to be a weird week. This week and next week. Week 18 is always weird, or the last week of the season is always weird. Newly week 18. But this week's also going to be weird because we got a couple teams, including my Titans, who have nothing to play for this week specifically.
Yeah.
And so, but they have everything to play for next week. And so you're going to see a lot of that shuffling of like who's in, who's out. You're going to see some guys, sitting. You may see some players play half of a game. You've got some injuries that are kind of like, hey, don't push it. We're going to rest you this week. So all that's going on. Big news in Tennessee is that Derrick Henry, doubtful to play. He's not going to play. He ain't going to play. It's going to be Hassan Haskins. I think he'll get the first work. I just found out today Malik Willis is also not going to play. They're going to play Josh Dobbs. They're starting Josh Dobbs at quarterback, which
why? I mean, I know
worse than Malik Willis. Honestly.
I know he's been sucking, but this is the guy. Granted, he was only a 3rd round pick, but at the same time, like you invested in this guy. I know he's been bad, but this is the perfect time to play him.
Huh? They're saving him for next week.
God,
saving him for Jacksonville.
So dumb.
I don't know. Josh Dobbs actually could probably throw the ball better than Malik Willis right now. So
yeah, they know right. Quarterback controversy in week 18. So have fun with that.
They might. I'd be fine with that. Whatever. We'll see how he does. Jalen Hurts still isn't practicing. I got to figure he's not going to play. I think the Eagles can handle the Saints without him. I think you're going to see Gardner Minshew again, but keep an eye on it. Lamar Jackson not practicing as of Wednesday. Don't expect him back either. Tua's concussed in the protocol again. He's not going to play against the Patriots. So
did you hear McDaniel's soundbite about Tua?
No.
I was listening to yesterday, and it's basically saying, we're just trying to get him through the day, each day. I'm like, just trying to survive a day. Like
we have to like hold him up in the hallways,
like not even, well, hopefully he'll be ready for Sunday. It's like, no, we just want him to survive today, and then move forward. If you can survive today, we'll then look to tomorrow to survive. So, yikes.
Speaking of yikes, Mike White going to be starting for the Jets. Week 17, week 18. This is going to determine their future. This could determine if he is the quarterback of their future or if he gets a deal somewhere else, or it's going to be an important couple weeks for him specifically.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of interesting.
Don't you think at this point he's earned a paycheck though? Whether
as a backup at least. Yeah, I think as a backup for sure. But I think he's going to continue to use this as like his continued audition for the starting job in New York or a starting job somewhere else. I think he's set himself in stone as a backup in the NFL, which is great for him.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me a little bit of, and I mentioned this in our pre-show, like it reminds me of when Ryan Tannehill came to Tennessee, and everyone's kind of like, he's like a retread from Miami. He was garbage, and you're like, this guy sucks. But Mariota had been struggling, and we weren't sure if he was going to be the future for sure. Everyone liked him around town, but like he couldn't quite get it done.
Didn't have that extra
he didn't have quite enough, throwing the ball. And so midway through, I think it was a Denver game, and the first season Tannehill was here. They put him in, and he started the next week and just took over.
Lit it up. I mean,
it became
that second half of the year leading into the following season. It was ridiculous how good he was.
Well, they had like something like 90% red zone efficiency or something, like touchdowns, not even field goals. It was like if they got in the red zone, they were going to score. It was historic. So it kind of reminds me of that in New York, where it's like this guy who you didn't think was all that good necessarily has come in and has really shown out for whatever reason. It's just a good fit.
Whatever.
So good on him. Christian Watson missed practice again Wednesday for Green Bay. I don't know if you're going to see him, man. If he does try and go, you're going to see him at less than 100%. I don't trust that all that much. I'm worried about that. I know one of the guys in the championship in our league has got Christian Watson, and I'd be real nervous trotting him out this week. Could be great. Could be T. Higgins, Yeah. Debo is unlikely to return this week, unlikely to play. He might come back to practice this week, so I would not expect him either.
Well, that's another thing. They have nothing to play for, so why rush him?
Yeah. Colt McCoy cleared the concussion protocol. He's going to be back. That's really good for DeAndre Hopkins owners.
Don't care anymore. Doesn't matter. Move on.
I know. Carson Wentz has been named the starter in Washington. I don't know why they did that, but he's back in the driver's seat. Terry McLaurin, no longer relevant. Goodbye.
See ya.
Carson Wentz will not throw the yellow bombs. And then in personal news, thought this was super important to highlight. I need 42 more rushing yards out of Austin Eckler. Come on, Austin Eckler. 42 more yards to hit that mark that I had preseason, 750 yards. Let's get there. Let's make it happen. Austin. Okay. Yes. And I also need, how much do I need? 80 more yards for A.J. Dillon. That one was a slow burn in the beginning. It's starting to come on a little bit stronger here at the end. I think he can get 80 yards over the next 2 games, but I don't know. Eckler worries me because they've already got their playoff spot locked up, and I'm like, they might rest him. And he can't get 40 in a game. Like, that's not super common for him. So it's going to need like 20 each game.
He's like 25 to 35 each game. So
yeah, and every now and then you have like 150, and then you're like, oh. And then I need 400 more receiving yards from Brandon Cooks as well to hit that bet. So if he can go for 200 these next 2 games, locked and loaded. Let's go.
As Kevin Garnett says, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Speaking of anything being possible, let's go to Pixie and Pick'em.
Oof. Yeah, let's not. But so I kind of had a wild week. I kind of went off the rails last week because I was thinking, I was like the chip leader. I'm going to start pushing my weight around. And that was dumb because I went pretty bad. So yes, I had a rough week at 80 points, only getting
80 burger. Not so hot.
So Leslie definitely took a big lead over me there by going up by 3, and you climbed back gained 2 spots on me there, so you're only 1 back of me. And Kyle had a good week. He won the week in our little side bet. So I was with him over the weekend. So he was just saying he needed that one, and
he did need that one.
He needed that one. Got a little cute with some of my picks, so that was dumb. Got to go back to basics. I can't do like what I did in the beginning of the season, or I had a couple of those in a row. So it's time to get back to basics.
Yeah. Did we mention Derek Carr getting benched? I don't think we even mentioned that. So I was about to give you grief for your Raiders, but yeah, Derek Carr is getting benched for the rest of the season too.
Well, and he's taking time away from the Raiders now too. He's like, well, I'm done. I'm out. Which, you know what? I don't blame the guy. He's just been getting the shaft. Like he's probably one of the biggest punching bags of the league that he gets. Rodney Dangerfield get no respect.
He does get no respect, but he also can't win. So
yeah,
I don't know. Should you deserve respect?
I just feel like he gets crapped on way too much when he's a top 20 quarterback, which I know it's okay, great, 2/3 of the league, but
I'm not even sure he's top 20 personally. I think he's definitely bottom half of the league.
You and Josh McDaniels.
I don't know about top 20. I really don't know. I mean, he has flashes of it where he's unstoppable, and there are games where you're like, oh my gosh, it's like 30 of 32 for 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. You're like, dang. And then he, I don't know, disappears, for weeks at a time. It's just inconsistent, man. And you don't tell me he doesn't have the weapons. I mean, he got his freaking best friend, Devontae Adams, comes out there, one of the best receivers in the game, probably the best, and just nothing,
That's true. I just feel bad for him. I just feel like he's one of the most like in the news for some ungodly reasons, and he just kind of gets pooped on. But
no one believes in him. I think he's a great guy. But
he's done in Las Vegas. Let's be honest. They're moving on from him. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands next year.
Yeah, the carousel is already the rumor mill on carousel is already going. Of course, people are the big joke is Indianapolis, and you're kind of like, stop getting 35-year-old quarterbacks.
Stop doing it. Just invest in one and play the long game. Stop it.
Let's make some picks.
So, we're starting off with your Titans. So, Cowboys, Tennessee. Who you got, man?
Cowboys by 1 million. Let's go.
Cowboys by 1 million. Yep, Cowboys. They're still playing for some playoff positioning. So, going with the boys.
How about the Cardinals traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons? 2 birds in this one.
Bird fight. Yuck. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm so mad at the Cardinals from what happened last week to DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going Falcons just because their Desmond Ridder has something to play for. Like, and he's Tyler Algier is kind of showing it out, and I don't know. At home, Cardinals, get out of here. You're done. Going with Atlanta.
Yeah, the Cardinals have been junk. Both these teams want to lose from a
right.
perspective, so that'll be really interesting to watch. I got a lot more faith in Colt McCoy than Desmond Ridder at this point, though. So personally, I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I think he can get the ball to Hopkins. They still got Hollywood Brown. They got Greg Dortch coming out of the slot. James Conner's been hot. I know Algier's been good, but I think there's more weapons in Arizona for sure. I don't know. This could go either way, but I'm really surprised it's that split. 75% of the world think the Falcons are going to win that. I mean, this seems like a total toss-up to me.
Yeah, I don't get that. Falcons were my team last year. This year it's clearly my Raiders, so I got to get back on my Falcon train. So rise up.
All right.
Rise up.
All right. Rise up.
All right. Now we got the Bears traveling to Detroit.
Man, I would have rolled with the Lions easy in this one, except the last week was brutal, man.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, was at Carolina. They're a different team at home, so I got to give them some respect at home. They're a better team, but I mean, you can't go and lose to Carolina. It's a bad team, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Lions because I don't think Chase Claypool is going to be playing this week, and there's just no one for the Bears. Yeah. He's throwing to Equinemius St. Brown right now. No joke.
Brown brothers.
I think Byron Pringle is healthy. I mean, it's really dire.
I mean, I'm going with the Lions too, but the one thing that does scare me is that Justin Fields probably going to run for about 400 yards based on last week. That would be the one thing I'd be nervous about. But I mean, the offense is still clicking. Jared Goff again had a good week, but it's the running from last week was just such a gross and disappointing showing that it does give you cause for concern. But I still got Detroit.
I think they overlooked them. I don't know. I think they just thought they were on a roll and they'd be fine. And
a team like Detroit can't do that, though. Like, yes, you are on a roll, you are hot, but you can't overlook anybody.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
totally agree. All right, Denver heading to KC. This is where Russell Wilson got injured last time, got knocked out against Kansas City. He was having a great game. What do you think?
Kansas City. Hey, come on.
Kansas City.
Get out of here. Ugh. All right. This one. Dolphins and Patriots. Ew. I'm gonna let you go first just because I need to think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Bridgewater under center, which doesn't make me nervous. He's a really, really capable backup. Yeah. The Patriots have been really garbage recently. But they're still kind of in the mix.
Which I don't get. I do not. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna jump in now because this is what makes no sense about the Patriots. Their offense is literally one of the worst I have seen. Ramondre Stevenson is great. He's a great talent, but he can only do so much. But then once we get in the red zone or even the 30-yard line, we just decide to be terrible and crappy. It's like, okay, Matt Patricia, run left, run right, throw 1 yard shy of the first down on third, punt. That's basically what we do. But yet, what's crazy to me is they hung with the Bengals, could have and should have won that game. You know, you're with the Raiders, could have and should have won that game. You know, they're winning with a minute left. It was a crazy touchdown, obviously the Chandler Jones one, but even before that to tie it up. So I don't understand how they're now staying in these games. Dolphins are in a must win. I mean, honestly, this is kind of deciding the 7th playoff spot, which is always the playoff spot of death. But God, all right, you make your pick first. You make your pick first.
So Patriots are also on the radar for Derek Carr potentially. So just FYI, it could be your quarterback. I'm going to go with the Pats this week.
Wow.
There's been a lot of drama surrounding this team, and they're getting all the media attention right now. But I think at times like these are when Belichick can kind of wrangle everybody and get them back on mission. I don't have a lot of faith in the offense, just like you said. Ramondre is a beast, but I don't think Mac Jones. Still don't think he's great. So
okay, here's a good question for you. You're talking about Derek Carr, the Patriots. Who's better, Mac Jones or Derek Carr?
You know what? They're real similar to me. Those two are real similar to me. I'd probably rather have Jones because he's younger, but I don't know. Derek Carr's probably a little bit better, but
God, I feel like whenever I pick the Patriots, they lose. You know what? Just go Patriots at home. But this is the last one. Look at the last one. Not confident.
You're going first here. Colts at Giants. Nick Foles and the Colts.
Oh, God, how bad was Nick Foles? Colts are done. I mean, what a disaster. Like, I know, luckily, the Broncos were such a bigger dumpster fire that everyone's kind of forgetting that the Colts had really high expectations this season. So thank God for the Broncos. I'm going Giants here. Again, they're fighting for their playoff lives. Although the Lions are hoping they lose, so the Lions are going to be the biggest Colts fans out there. Anyway, going to go Giants at home because they need it. They need it.
Yep, I'm in the same boat. The Colts are just terrible, and I think they have weapons, but they're just awful. They're just awful. And Jonathan Taylor being gone really hurts this team.
Yeah.
Zach Moss just does not pack the same punch coming out of the backfield. And I'm still really, really salty with the Colts. So
Deion Jackson.
Give me the Giants.
All right, now we got your Saints traveling to the Eagles. No Jalen Hurts, probably. It's gonna happen.
Probably not, but Gardner's going to get it done, take care of business, and get that draft pick they really want. They're going to get a top 5 pick out of the Saints, like burying them.
Yes, burying them. Yeah, Minshew Mania, man. I mean, that was a very entertaining game to watch against Dallas. I wish they had pulled it out. I was hoping they would. Some really weird, uncharacteristic turnovers towards the end of the game. I don't think that's going to continue. Saints are done. They're going to drop Jameis. Oh, Jameis. He's going to be out there too, man. So, but anyway, Eagles.
Jameis Winston and Bill Belichick would be the worst match ever. Jameis would be like, I hear you, but I thought he was open, so I just YOLO. Just YOLO.
Again, I just keep thinking that
not YOLO ever.
That Obama and Biden meme. Joe, don't point it. Just wave. Just like, I'm a point.
I'm a point.
I'm a point.
That's Jameis and Belichick.
Jameis, don't air it out. I'm gonna air it out.
I'm gonna air it out. Would not work. All right, so we got the Panthers traveling to Tampa to take on the Bucs. This actually has playoff implications. This
Huge
is division
implications.
Playoff implications. Like, this is not a no-brainer.
Well, first of all, the Bucs had already gotten crushed by the Panthers earlier this season. That was when they had that 3 or 4 game slide. Man, especially with the way that Carolina looked last week and the way that Tampa looked last week. Talk about yikes. Oh, man. I'm just going to give the slight edge to Tampa just because when it comes to the playoffs, you know, Tom has only missed the playoffs once in his career, and he's not going to let that happen again. Don't quote me on that.
And also, that's probably true, but we've had a lot of those. Tom
we have, but one of them has to come through.
Tom would never. Tom couldn't.
I understand that.
We've had a lot of these all season long,
and I'm going to hit on one of them. And this is
eventually. I'm nervous, man. I'm real nervous for the Bucs on this one. Like, if what you just said weren't the case, I would absolutely take the Panthers right now. They are a better looking team.
They are
in every facet of the game right now.
The
only thing that gives me pause is what you just said about Tom Brady finds a way, and it's annoying as a non-Brady. I think Brady's a GOAT, but as a non-Patriots fan, it was always annoying because you always were like, "Oh, he's gonna figure it out. You know, they'll do something crazy." And you know, the tuck rule or something. He'll find a way. You know?
He did it. I'm gonna make this weird rule.
So, like, I feel like you got to go with the Bucs here, but man, I think the Panthers are a better team right now.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold makes me nervous.
Because Darnold can just have some gems, man. He can pull gems out. He had a good game against Detroit. I know it was all the running backs doing, but you know, when the pressure's off of him, he's totally fine. Totally fine.
But the pressure's back on him now. It's a problem.
That's true because they are.
Now there's pressure because they could actually make the playoffs.
Do you think they want to?
You convinced me. All right, fine. You convinced me.
I convinced you. All right, we got Cleveland. I don't know who's going first, but I'm making you go first now. We got Cleveland going to Washington. Cleveland is officially knocked out of the playoffs, where Washington still in it.
Man, the Browns were really disappointing last week in that windy game against New Orleans. I had the defense, and because I played them over the Eagles defense, I lost in one of my leagues. Would have won had I played the Eagles. So salty about that. I don't trust Carson Wentz at all. I don't know why they made the change. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Taylor Heineke personally. But I do think the Commanders' defense is getting healthier. They've got a good run game. I think Brian Robinson can run all over Cleveland. I'm going to give the edge to the Commanders, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of feeling the Browns, but as you said, last week was just completely disappointing. That should not have happened. I mean, it's not like Washington's been looking spectacular. This is a weird, gross toss-up for me. I guess I got to ride with Carson. He's going to try and show he can still do something. I mean, he needs to get this job back, so I don't like it. But going Washington, I kind of just threw up on my mouth. Ugh. Sorry.
Jags heading to Houston. Who you got?
Oh, Jags, baby. They're going to be riding high going against Tennessee week 18. Let's go.
So what I can't figure out is all the narrative is about how the Titans are going to bench everybody. They're going to sit everybody. Their whole defense, by the way, Jeffrey Simmons and all their star players are all sitting. So, but are the Jags not in the same spot? Like, can the Jags not also sit it out? I don't know. Like,
I haven't looked
I
at
don't know the scenarios. I feel like that game next week is the only game that matters for both of these teams. Maybe not. Because I could see the Jags like doing the same thing. Rest your guys this week against Houston. And if that's the case, if they don't need to win this game for any reason, then both because you want to rest your guys, but also, as we talked about with the Titans, like it makes sense for you to lose basically on purpose so that you help your draft spot. If you don't make the playoffs,
right,
then you at least the consolation is you get a better draft pick. So I just
feel like the Jags are in a position where they're still learning how to win, and they need to kind of win over that locker room, just change the culture. And I don't think they're in a position where they can necessarily just like, you know what, we're just going to phone this one in. And maybe dumb, as you say, to rest people, but they're not. The Titans have the luxury. They've won the division 13 million years in a row. It's been no contest. So it's like, you know what, just it doesn't matter our record. It doesn't matter if we stumble into the playoffs. As long as we win this division, it doesn't matter. But for the Jaguars, they're still about their younger guys. I still feel like they need to learn how to win, and they are not in a position at this point in their careers to just phone them in and wait till next week. That's
probably fair. That's probably fair. All right, I'm staying with the Jags then. That's definitely a better team. I love the Jags. I'm in on my boy Trev.
Best Super Bowl would be the Jags versus the Lions. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
So awesome.
Can you imagine?
All right, Niners traveling to Vegas to take on the Jarrett Stidham-led Raiders.
Jarrett Stidham. Pop quiz. Where'd he go to school?
Auburn.
Yes. Well done. Niners. Don't care who's resting or not playing, but Raiders are done. Sorry, Raiders. My team of this year are done.
You love the Raiders.
Hey, they got me a lot of wins this year. You guys all hated on them.
6 specifically, if you chose them every correct week, which I don't think you did.
I did not. But I also did not choose them when they had their 9 losses either. I'm going to go look through the tape and see my record while picking the Raiders.
Okay.
All right, we got the Jets traveling to the Seahawks. Mike White against
Mike White.
12th man.
12th man is legit. And foreshadowing, I was going to play Mike White in our Run Your Pool League. Decided not to because of the 12th man, honestly. It made me a little bit nervous. You never know about weather up there either. Seahawks offense didn't look good without Lockett, and I don't know if he's going to play or not. I know maybe could play. His surgery went perfectly per Pete Carroll. So I don't know. That team makes me a little bit nervous. I think getting Mike White back is a good shot in the arm for the Jets. 12th man is the big deciding factor for me. That's what I'm really making me a little bit nervous. I think Mike White can get the Jets the shot in the arm they need. I'm going to go with the Jets on this one.
Ooh, going with the Jets. See, I just feel like the Jets are kind of in a free fall. I know they didn't have Mike, and Zach Wilson just looked like a dumpster.
They were in a free fall because of Zach Wilson.
Right. But I'm going to go with Seattle on this one. They, at home, and they are still fighting. I know the Jets are still fighting for playoffs too, but I don't know. I just think hopefully the Tyler Lockett comes back. You still got a beast in DK Metcalf, and again, the edge at home with some defensive pressure there, I think will be good for Seattle. I'm hoping that Mike White still has some Justin Herbert ribs, so let's go Seattle.
I think he's going to be fine. Okay, that was the game presented by King's Hawaiian.
Yes.
$1 million showdown.
Isn't this?
I thought it was this one, but it was actually that one. That's going to be the game of the week. So this game, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Vikings
matter
at Packers
at all. Yeah, this game doesn't matter, does it? Can the Vikings? Let's see, because right now
the Vikings. No, it does matter. The Vikings are still in contention for the number 1 seed.
But also the Niners are right behind them at 11-4. So if they lose, so the Vikings still got a lot to play for in terms of jockeying for position. So but man, they keep eking out wins. It's not pretty going Vikes. They keep eking them out. Green Bay's just going by the skin of their teeth. I think they're throwing everything they can, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep up with Minnesota.
Yeah, they're scrapping though. They're finding a way, man.
Scrapping.
This is the same narrative we talk about with Brady, which is when Rodgers is backed against a corner.
When Rodgers doesn't want his understudy to play, he's like, screw it.
I can't let them get tape on Jordan Love and realize having a mobile quarterback would maybe be a good thing.
Let's make us mediocre.
I gotta tell you,
I'm playoffs, but he can't play. I win again.
Yeah, he'll lose next week when it matters most, and he doesn't really care because they're not going to get a look at Love. But And then he'll be like, my receivers suck. This is garbage.
You can't catch it.
I don't know, man. I'm nervous about Minnesota in this one. Really,
I know.
I'm nervous about this game for them. I'm really want to take the Packers. I don't think I've got the stones for it though. I'm gonna stick with Minnesota, but I'm nervous about that.
AJ Dillon, you need that yards, man. Come on.
I do need 80 yards from AJ between this week and next, and I think you might get them all this week. Let's go.
So does that mean you're flipping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just screw it. I'm going Packers.
Oh, doctor. All right.
I keep thinking like I got to make up one more point on you. I'm getting so close. I can't get too cute. But then I'm just like yellow bomb. Let's go.
Yellow. Let's go, James. I'm a point. I'm gonna air it out. All right, we got the Battle of SoFi Stadium. Who will be the tenant that reigns supreme?
Rams and Chargers. Chargers got nothing to play for here. I don't know if they're benching starters or not, but it is their stadium, and they want people to know it. Rams, Baker Mayfield. I think I heard he has minimum 50 attempts. He is the all-time greatest QBR for Rams quarterbacks. Minimum 50 attempts, which is a weird minimum to have. Like it should be like minimum 50 games or something. Minimum 50 attempts, greater than Kurt Warner, Mark Bulger, greater than all those guys.
Just imagine.
Yeah, I don't know what the Chargers are doing with their starters and stuff. Have you heard anything about sitting guys or anything like that?
Brandon left me a message. I haven't listened to it yet.
Haven't listened to it yet. He probably said, "Hey, just so you know, for the pod, we're not playing everybody."
Yeah.
They have nothing to play for. The Chiefs have already locked up that division, so they're playing for. I guess they're playing for the 5 versus the 7, right? Is that the idea?
Mm-hmm.
I go Chargers. Much better team. I don't know.
Yeah, I too am going Chargers, but the Rams are interesting. Baker Mayfield's again playing for a job. Some rumors had him going to New England. Like New England's just in every rumor mill just because they're such a shit show right now.
Baker in New England also not a good fit.
I'm a run it. I'm a run it.
I'm gonna run it.
So
I'm gonna bring my RV up, my camper, and park it outside Gillette Stadium. I don't think that's gonna go over well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers here too.
All right. How about Steelers? Sunday Night Football. Steelers heading to Baltimore.
Take on the Ravens. Stop it. Both. Can we just blow this game up? Because I hate them both. Screw it. You know what? I'm not doing any analysis. Ravens, because I hate them.
Well, the Bengals are only one game up on the Ravens, right? Yep.
Yeah.
The Bengals got the Bills. This could be a big game for the Ravens. But I don't think Lamar's going to play, and they got no one to throw to. And Mike Tomlin's got to finish above 500, right?
It doesn't matter. Whatever analysis I do on these two teams, I'll pick wrong. So I'm just picking one. So I pick the Ravens. There you go.
I've been wrong on the Ravens a lot this year. But you know how I feel about the Steelers. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Why not? They're not going to win that game, but why not?
Little hand.
All right, here's the big one. Monday Night Football. This is a huge game, man. This is exactly what the NFL wants after a couple of stinkers.
Yeah.
This is a big one. The Bills traveling to Cincy. This is currently the 2 and 3 seeds in the AFC. A lot to play for here, positioning, and they're still fighting. The Bengals are still fighting for their division.
They are. And what's interesting is that both of these teams, they're obviously 2 of the top 3 teams in the AFC, but they both haven't been dominating as much as we had thought or expected at this point of the season. Like the Bills, basically once mid-season, have just been good. But again, not that like next level of domination. And while the Bengals started slow, they've kind of tapered off a little bit where again, they're winning, but they're not winning big or pretty. Again, should have lost to the Patriots. Even the Browns game was rough. So anyway, this is a tough one. Oh man. You know what? I'm going to wait. What's the Chiefs record? Chiefs are what?
I think they're
12-3 as well. So
they're 12-3.
And the Bills hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. Ooh, man, this is tough. You know what?
Give me the Bengals.
I was going to say, give me the Bengals just because
I want to beat you to it.
You stinker. Yeah, I got Cincinnati. Just there's something about Joe Burrow this late in the season, man. He just got some magic, and it'd be fun to watch.
Yep. I don't know. The Bills, they've got to pull it together to get in playoff form if they want to make a serious run, and they've got all the makeup to do that.
Yeah.
So do the Bengals, though. And Weirdly, I just think there's more firepower on the Cincinnati side. The Bills' defense is better than Cincinnati's, but Cincinnati's defense toward the end of last year really came together, and I think they could do it again this year. A lot of the same pieces. So, yeah, I don't know. In Cincinnati,
I don't know.
They need it to win their division still. The Bills don't need it to win their division. They're vying for that 1 seed. I get it, but the Chiefs are going to roll. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
A little more motivation here.
Okay. I didn't save my number of points.
Tiebreaker.
52 points.
This is going to be a shootout, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 56.
I swear to God.
Big guns.
If Kyle goes 48, I'm going to throw something because you guys always do this to me. You just bookend me.
Kyle's going to go 51.
Yeah, what a douche.
What a jerk. Yeah, it's going to be 28-28. It's going to be a tie.
It's going to end in a tie. Perfect. I like it. That's fair. There have been too many ties already.
There you go. There you have it, folks.
There we go. Great analysis on a couple of those games just because I'm angry and I hate them both. Oh, well, we forgot to mention, how about the Panthers? Talk about the Panthers. Josh Norman coming out of working at a coffee shop to go and play for the Panthers this week.
Did he really? Oh, my God. I didn't even hear that.
Yep.
How about that? Josh Norman.
The Bills made me think of that, though. I'm like, oh, wait, no, he went to Carolina because he started with them. But yes.
I will forever remember him for getting completely stiff-armed by Derrick Henry and turned completely sideways in midair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's unfortunate because he had a really nice career, but
well, he's back, baby. Watch out.
That's how it goes.
He's back.
Watch out for the stiff arms. Okay, it is time for some trivia for you.
Harry Potter trivia.
There you go, brother. Okay, I got 5 questions for you. These are probably super easy because I don't know much about Harry Potter. So
should have had my daughter just answer them. Maybe see how she did.
We will see. Oh, I bet she could. Who is Harry's godfather?
It is one Sirius Black. That is James's one of his best friends from school.
There you go. Boom. Okay. Okay. How about who anonymously and unanimously sends Harry his father's invisibility cloak on Christmas?
Yes. That is one myself, I guess. Albus Dumbledore gives him the invisibility cloak.
Dumbledore, indeed.
Yes.
Okay. 2 for 2. Look at you. Woo! You'd think the guy had maybe read or heard about this a little bit.
Just a little bit, a couple times.
What is the name of my boarhound dog?
Ooh.
Hagrid's dog.
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah.
That's his big old doggy. Very slobbery. Well, the 3-headed dog, but that's not his dog. Oh, man. Is it Fang?
It is Fang. Gosh. It is Fang.
Oh, that took me a second. I didn't have it right.
Almost got you.
Almost got me.
Okay, maybe this one will get you.
Uh-oh.
What kind of wood is Harry's wand made out of? His first wand.
Yeah. Well, that's his wand. Oh, man. I don't know the wood. I do know there's a... Nope. Don't want to embarrass myself.
There's a bit of a Christmas theme to this answer.
Oh, crap. I'm going to go with... I was about to say Thornwood, but it's also because my street name is Thornapple. It's like, that's got... Oh, wait. That's why that's in my head. A Christmas theme? Pine? I mean, Fraser Firwood?
Yeah, Fraser Fir. After I said that, I realized you're going to start thinking about the tree, which is not what I was going for.
I'm just going to go with elm.
Holly.
Oh.
Holly.
I was really thinking Christmas trees.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, shit, he's going to go with a tree. He's going to go with whatever your Christmas tree is. It's made of Christmas tree? Really? All right, 3 out of 4. Got you on one. Okay, where is the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets hidden?
Ooh, yeah, but that's actually the book my daughter's currently reading. You have to go into the girls' bathroom. There's a hidden entrance in there. You have to speak parcel tongue, and you go down there.
Nerd alert.
Yep.
It is in the girls' bathroom. We would have just accepted that.
Nope. Had to go that extra mile just to prove how I am.
Or whatever that is.
Moaning Myrtle was there too. She helped them find it.
Moaning Myrtle, of course.
Yeah. Duh.
Okay, so there you go.
4 or 5.
There you go. 4 out of 5. Not too shabby.
Stupid wood of the elm. I really did think Thornwood for a second. Like, no, I live on Thornapple, dummy. That's why it's in my head. But that's okay. Don't stalk me.
You're such a nerd. Let's get a run your pool update here. How about that? You made up a little bit of ground last week. We both had very lackluster weeks.
Well, when you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, you're not going to get great performances. Yeah, unfortunately, you got Marquise Goodwin, who had a donut, and I had Zach Wilson, which was basically a donut. So that was fun.
Yep.
So you're still up 140 points, which very within striking distance, especially with who I got coming. Watch out, man.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I'm coming in big, heavy, super heavy. Okay. So
well, I'm coming in. I've still got was surprised. Still had a couple of guys.
Damn it.
I'm not as worried this week. It may not be great, but it's not like I'm looking for no names here.
Damn it. All right. Well,
so without further ado, who is your quarterback?
My quarterback is. I honestly thought about playing Mike White. I would too. Was this close to playing Mike White, but I did not. Jared Goff.
Ooh, that's actually a good play this week. He's going to be really good at home against the Bears.
Yeah.
He's going to light it up. So I have a contingency that you love, which, of course, only if Jalen Hurts plays. All right, I've got Gardner Minshew as my quarterback. Okay. But if Jalen Hurts plays, obviously I can't play Gardner Minshew.
You have to.
So I would take Mike White in that case. I am telling you right now, I'm intending on playing Mike White next week. He's at Miami. That's what I'm going to use Mike White, just so you know. It's coming out.
It's coming out.
That's my expectation. So we'll see what happens. But I've got Gardner Minshew right now.
Okay, Gardner.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to go double running backs here just to shake it up because I love this duo right here. I got Chuba Hubbard off his massive game against those Lions and Tyler Algier. Woo!
Yeah, I almost went with Algier this week as well. Same rationale. He's been hot. I got David Montgomery against those Lions. I'm hoping that the Lions defense was exposed somehow.
Okay.
And he's the only offensive player that the Bears have currently. And then I've got James Conner taking on the Falcons. Saved him all year as well. He's back healthy. He's been.
I've saved him. I've been waiting.
I've been saving him while he was injured.
Yeah.
All right. Wide receivers.
He did well for you. I'm hoping he's going to have that same. Actually, both of these guys. So I'll throw them both out. DJ Shark and Jerry Jeudy had both big games for you. I'm hoping they can do the same for me.
That's true. I've got Jacoby Myers. He was still hanging out for me.
I hope he throws another interception.
Yeah, don't fumble it backwards to Mac. Don't throw it to Jalen Jones. And then Jahan Dotson has been hot. I don't know. Carson Wentz makes me a little more nervous, but they had some chemistry early in the season too.
Yeah,
all those touchdowns he caught in the beginning of the season were Carson Wentz thrown. So
Carson Wentz thrown. Okay,
I'm getting a little thin at receiver. I will admit.
I think we all are. Tight end. I'm going Evan Ingram.
Oh, Evan Ingram has been good.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm going Darren Waller. I have him hanging out still. It's a big name. We'll see. Name. You know, young quarterback. They like their tight ends. He's one of two weapons on that team that Jarrett Stidham could get the ball to. We'll see what happens.
Okay. I'm taking your strategy here, my man. Going with the kicker who's playing the Vikes. First time I'll hear him doing it. Mason Crosby.
You know I'm doing the same thing. Mason Crosby.
I didn't know if y'all still had him or not. Damn.
Yep. I got him.
Damn it.
Just go ahead and give him 16 points now.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Cancel each other out. All right. And this guy has actually been surprisingly solid the past few weeks. I've had him on my fantasy team where I'm in a constellation championship. Richie James.
Richie James, the Giants. Lethal weapon on the Giants. So I am putting my money where our mouth is. AJ Dillon, let's go. It's cold outside. Packers for the win. AJ, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. 3 touchdowns. Let's go.
Who cares about touchdowns? You just need yards. Forget about the touchdowns.
I need 80 yards. That's true.
All right. And then you know what? Just keep riding them. Jags defense. Let's go.
Jags against the Texans. I still have the Niners hanging out there. So the Niners get Jarrett Stidham.
Oh, man.
Let's go Niners against the Raiders.
Get half of your team's points just from your defense.
Maybe so. We'll see. All
right. Well, I got Jared Goff, Chuba Hubbard, Tyler Algier, DJ Shark, Jerry Jeudy, Evan Ingram, Mason Crosby, Richie James, and the Jaguars defense.
That is a random crew of people. They're not bad. It's just that's a weird set of names, right?
Yeah.
I got Gardner Minshew, David Montgomery, James Conner, Jacoby Myers, Jahan Dotson, Darren Waller, AJ Dillon, Mason Crosby, and the 49ers defense.
Whew.
Let's ride.
Okay, man.
All right. I've got an idea for our Do It Better of the Week as well.
Oh, of course you do. Let me pull up the old wheel of names. Or do we not need it?
Well, we may not need it. We could draft out of this, or we could just take the quarterbacks because we went against the grain here. Seahawks for you, Jets for me.
Oh,
Geno versus Mike White.
That's fine. You can take. I'll do that. That's fine.
That's a pretty good one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I say Mike White's going to have more fantasy points than Geno Smith. Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it. And I say Geno Smith's going to have more fantasy points than Mike White. Do it. Do it. Justin Herbert ribs. Do it. Bad Chumbawamba. Do it.
Bad Chumbawamba is Trevor Lawrence.
Damn it. I was hoping Mike White had one too.
Justin Herbert ribs is correct.
All right. Woo. Wow. This is, yeah. Run your pool is interesting. The fact that, like, I started thinking about it though, like, since it really didn't matter, like, week to week, like head matchups, it's all just kind of about the points at the end. I should have just played. I started thinking, oh, I'll save some guys for the end of the season. So then, no, because you started to figure that out earlier. Play them before they get hurt, because I never got to play Jonathan Taylor. I never got to play Breece Hall. I have all these people. I'm like, son of a man. I never got to play them. So,
well, it wasn't so much saving them necessarily. It was more about saving them for a matchup that you liked. I think that's what I was doing. Like, I did save some of them I didn't want to, like, blow my load early on all the best players, but that wouldn't have been a bad strategy either, honestly, because to your point, they're going to get injured at some point. Someone new is going to come in there, like a Deontay Foreman or like a Zach Moss or someone random that you could plug in and be like, I'll get 10 points of this guy to be fine. So yeah, you can get rid of them. The other thing that I didn't do early was I didn't play Breece Hall either, by the way. But what I didn't do early was I should have flexed wide receiver exclusively for a while so that you save your running backs because there's only so many of them. You know, you got like one, maybe two per team.
True.
And they get thinned out pretty quickly. But here I am flexing another running back. So
see, but hey,
YOLO. That's why I'm a YOLO bomber. I never fit in the Patriots system.
I'm gonna flex a running back. Do it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna flex a running back. Belichick. Don't tell me what to do. Shut up, old man.
Don't tell me what I can't do. I don't know why.
Tell me what I can't do.
Unlock some weird accent. But anyway, Thursday Night Football tonight. Your Titans resting everybody against the Cowboys. You say it's 1,000,000-0. All right, let's ride, Titans Nation. Get it. But anyway, until next time, keep on folding.
Hold it.